That could be my memory, because that's what I love about Oloroso sherry. But anyway,
I remember when my leg used to be here too.
yeah, and I still get a cramp, and I still get a Charlie horse.
What is up?
Hey guys, it is Scotch for Dummies.
4 guys on the Scotch journey to help you with your next Scotch purchase.
What is it?
Did that just happen?
It is.
did.
Aberlour.
All right, let's get the pronunciation right.
Me.
Aberlour Annamh.
Casg Annamh.
Casg Annamh.
Casg
That's
Annamh.
absolutely
Yeah.
correct. Good job.
We're probably going to butcher it as
No
the thing
way.
goes on, but
We're no longer
here's
Scotch
the deal.
for Dummies. We're
So,
Scotch for...
Aberlour, this is the batch 3, we should say
three.
before we get started.
Yep.
Non-chill filtered. Didn't see anything about natural coloring. So I'm going to have to assume that there's probably a hint of E150 in there somewhere.
It is pretty colored.
It is
And
pretty,
it is non-age statement, so
But
it's
what's-
not
it is a non-age statement. We are talking about aged in a couple of different types of American oak casks, but the predominant flavor is going to be Oloroso sherry.
ABV?
So 48% ABV.
A little low for those
And
guys.
one final point, we butchered the hell out of the name. What's it mean?
Rare cask.
Thank you.
Rare cask in Gaelic. So I'm kind of interested to see how this goes because it's sherried, but it's not going to be like a sherry bomb, I don't think, because it's got a little bit of other stuff going on in it, and it is an NAS. So we're going to
Olo sherry?
Oloroso
No.
sherry.
Yes, it is.
Aberlour, we've had a few in the past. They're known for sherry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Their Abunad is a sherry bomb.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Like, and people refer to that like, put that in your lineup of sherry bombs because it's out there. Now we haven't had another one since, so I'm kind of curious what we're going to get into here.
Oh wow.
It's a rare cask.
It's almost got a funk on it.
Well, and it's definitely Oloroso. Yeah, it's an oxidized sherry for sure.
Oh, it's got like a dirty laundry funk to it.
There's a
really?
buttery.
I was thinking almost like a chlorine pool.
There's a buttery quality
Chlorine
to it
pool?
though
Yeah.
underneath that. It's
Creamy, yeah.
Like I kind of want to just let it sit
I
for
think
just
so.
a second and let it chill out for a second. So we've had good experience with this
The original.
distillery. I mean, we enjoy their whiskeys. I'm kind of interested to see as a lighter sherried version of their whiskey, if we can maybe get to some of the more distillery characteristics.
Maybe it'll come
of the-
through because they're
Yeah.
the other one, the Bunda or whatever, that's a really high ABV too, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, that's like
so. It's
66,
so
right?
like you have to really be careful getting through that one because it will knock you on your butt.
So I'm getting
So this is a lower ABV. So maybe to your point, maybe we'll get more of that distillery foundation coming through.
Oh, that's really nice.
Am I getting grassiness on the nose?
You could.
It's
It's,
a
Or
light
hay?
spirit.
It's maybe it's like a,
it's
a more of a
almost
straw.
it's almost bad shoe smell almost.
What?
The funk is kind of wafted off for me a little bit, but it's wonderful on the palate. It's all sugary up front, but then it's not sherry sugary. It's like sweet, like vanilla sugars. And then it rolls back into some of the more oxidized things as the finish comes out.
It reminds me of having a really sherry glass sit overnight that's empty and you smell it the next day, like kind of like that stale sherry.
Oh.
That's what I'm getting.
You know what I like about this?
What?
There's a lot of times where I'm looking on my bar and I want to pick a whiskey and I want something sherried, but I don't want a sherry bomb.
That's gonna
It's
knock
too
you out.
big and it's too bold and I just don't, I
wow.
don't feel like it. This lets you get
That's nice.
a little bit of everything and it's
interesting, man.
It's fluffy. Is that a term we can use? It's nice.
You guys get
It
no
gives a little
spice
bit
on that
of
at all?
spice.
I
A
get a
little
little.
bit.
No pepper.
So the
Little bit of
nose
pepper.
after that
Yeah.
first sip, the nose is way better. It's way warmer and caramelier and all this sweet.
Did you say caramely or?
It is caramelier. That's an official term. By the way.
Here's where I'm at
Sure.
with this. I'm already looking forward to the next dram I pour of this.
I am too, actually.
Wow, this is a non-age
It's-
statement whiskey too.
It's really good. It's very approachable. I kind of like the fact that it's 48% because I can just sit here and drink it.
This
It's-
could be a fishing trip bottle.
It doesn't
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like an alcohol burn. You know what I mean? Like I don't get a whole lot of that alcohol. and it lets me really get into the whiskey itself, and it's just really very pleasant and nice. Everything about it's very approachable.
Listen, I am totally with you on the lower ABVs right now. That's Mark. I was telling him last night about it, actually. I am really on the kick on getting more subtle flavors and not killing my throat with just high ABVs. And this one is a little stronger than normal, but it's very... You can really get into it and not worry about the ABV. Like, I don't need to add water to this. I'm actually a little worried about adding water to it. But right now, the bottle, it's delicious.
I think it'll be fine with the water, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, weirdly enough to me, this is burning, and I'm not getting the flavor. About mid palate beyond, it's all burnt out for me right now.
Peppery.
Well,
There is a spice note to it.
So that's really all I can taste
Caramel.
at this point in time on my trying to regain
Doesn't
my
taste
sense
hot
of
to you?
smell.
It
I
does.
can always taste salt and pepper. Honestly, on the nose, since I really can't smell anything, I can tell it's lighter in spirit. It definitely is lighter than some of the other whiskeys that I've been nosing in the last week or so. Which is kind of ironic because I look at it. It's darker than the smell. If I were to close my eyes and smell it, I would not picture this. Now you did say there was going to be 150. On the palate, I mean I can taste salt and pepper. I can taste that in everything I eat and drink right now. And this one just really came off very overpowering pepper. I didn't get anything else that you guys
No
are saying.
sweet?
No, but I mean that's just where I
You're
am.
not tasting it.
So I mean it's all I can get is pepper, and so that's all I am getting. I'll say that it's extremely long lasting. The pepper palate that I'm getting ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, it hangs out for
It's staying
a
for a
while.
long time. Now, if the rest of the palate that you guys are describing stays as long as this does, when I can finally taste, amen. I'm on board. I like you. Sign
it
me
doesn't, though. I
up.
don't think it does. I think the pepper is all I'm getting on the finish.
See, now you're making me feel pretty good about myself.
This reminds me. This is going to be a punch. This reminds me a lot of Naked Grouse. On that kind of sugary, sweet, rich, molassesy type sherry. With water at least for now. That's exactly my first taste buds reminding me of. I've been drinking a lot of Naked Grouse lately.
Yeah.
It has that, but it has a little bit more punch to it. I think this is a little bit more sophisticated. Than
For
Naked
sure.
Grouse.
For sure.
But it reminds me of that sherryness flavor, if you will.
I'm getting some fruit notes now that I've added water on the nose and on the palate that I wasn't getting prior.
Yeah,
funkiness
so
came
I
out.
added a fair amount of water to it, and it's way better. It brings that peppery down, the alcohol burn down, and you can really enjoy the caramel much longer through it.
What surprises me about this bottle is the sugar, the vanillas and the sugars up front. I wasn't expecting. I'm like gearing myself up for sherry, and then you take a sip and you're like, oh, well, that's just like
Right.
the sweetest, best tasting whiskey I've had in a minute.
It's super sweet.
It's interesting though.
So I did put some water on it. And I'm not going to lie, maybe this is out of memory, but honestly, on the nose, I got a little bit of that old musty Olo.
What?
But that could be my memory, because that's what I love about Oloroso sherry. But anyway.
I remember when my leg used to be here too.
Yeah. And I still get a cramp, and I still get a Charlie horse. That's how I feel. But honestly, on the palate, after having some water on it, it's not as peppery. It's a little bit more cinnamony, like almost like a red hot coming down the middle.
I would agree with that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Your palate's back, dude.
No, it ain't.
Well,
No, because I'm not
okay.
getting.
It's coming back because that cinnamon and red cinnamon
Yep.
perfectly hit it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I wish I could get the nose. I think that would help me round that out. But I'll give you what I got.
Who's ready?
I'll
Eeny,
go.
meeny, miny.
I'll do it. I'll step out of here.
Jump on that.
All right.
Nate.
So the Aberlour Casg Annamh.
I'm
batch-
surprised you even went there.
Batch
Try it.
3.
And a move.
Batch 3.
This is batch 3.
This was unexpectedly good. I was expecting it to be a pretty decent dram because I like the stuff that Aberlour puts out, but I like the fact that it's almost like the sherry was a seasoning instead of the main ingredient. You know what I mean? So it's there, and you get some of the sherry, and you get a little bit of the oxidization, but the sugary parts of it are delicious. I mean, I'm seriously probably going to pour another dram of this as soon as we turn off the camera. It's
see that
really
happening.
good. So I like the sweet up front, the vanillas and the custards, and then it rolls back into the sherry, and it complements each other very nicely. I think if it sat for a little bit longer and developed some more complexity and character, it would be even better. But it's an NAS. We don't know how old it is, but it's old enough to be good. How about that? And what do we pay for this?
65.
That's pretty decent.
In early 2021, that's a pretty good price for Scotch. Yeah.
So I'm going to come out of the gate and give it a 3.5. I really enjoy it. It's tasty and good. It's a bottle you can go out and buy. It's affordable. It's lacking a little bit of that complexity and character that I would say would push it up a little bit higher. But for $65, I mean, it's really very good. I'm definitely going to pour another glass. So there you go, 3.5 for me.
Yeah, I think you're a little high on that one.
Uh-oh.
Personally.
Not for me.
No, not for you. I personally think he's a little high. This is a sweet whiskey. That's about it. I mean, it doesn't have complexity. I don't think the nose is. It's okay. I think it does roll into the Old Sherry does come out better in the finish. I like that. I like that the way it does that. That's its saving grace. It doesn't have deep fruits like a lot of sherries will have. It doesn't, and there's no peat in here. That's probably by design. This is I'd say it's about an average. I'd give this probably a 2, maybe a 2.5 because I like the way the sherry holds in the finish. Probably a 2.5, yeah, because the nose on this is much nicer than some other ones we've had. So I'm going with 2.5 because the nose is okay on it. The finish is nice. The initial palate's too sweet for me.
You know what? You're pretty good there. I'm a little surprised that you're not higher because I've been thinking the entire time, okay, how do I do this? Because I'm thinking naked grouse, what I can get that for, what do I rate this for? It's crazy.
$30.
Right, and that's a hard, I mean, this is right there with it, but what this gives that naked grouse does not is that cherry cordial creaminess that I know you love is there. It does remind me of the naked grouse sweet factor of that pungent Oloroso, which, great bottle by the way if you haven't got it yet. But what this does do, it's more sophisticated. It's a little sweeter. It's more creamier, especially when you add water to it. When you didn't add the water to it, it was a little tough.
Yeah, it's much better with water.
Much better with water to it than it was neat. But man, the creaminess, the almost marshmallow on the finish with this is something that's complex. Yeah. Now, it's not uber complex. So there's that. The nose isn't really doing anything for me other than kind of a little funkiness, but it's not like a pleasant funkiness like a spring bank that I really like. So it's kind of weak there. But I enjoy what I'm getting out of it. It's right up there with an everyday drammer. I definitely this is a great dram. It really is.
I just keep hearing Sir Mix-a-Lot in my head. He keeps saying butt. And he's like, they're big butts. He's like, butt.
Maybe you got butt.
I know.
Do I need to put the little music in now?
Yeah, you do.
But I'm going to bring it down a little bit and be fair and go straight 3 because I knew it's good. I'm with you and I'm with you. I think it's better than a 2.5. Is that what you gave it?
Yeah.
But it's not so much a 3.5, and so I'm gonna do a 3, right in the middle.
All right,
there you go.
That's easy math too.
My gosh,
you can do the math.
Man.
We needed somebody to stir us up.
I can't help you. I can't nothing. I gave you my points, but I can't grade it because that's not fair.
I feel like Mark would have been a 3.5.
You think so?
Pretty sure.
I definitely
nice
wouldn't have taken the middle route and just taken the easy way out and said 3 between a 3.5 and
You would have gone 2 probably. You didn't like pepper that
You know what
much.
I want to do? I'm gonna do this for you guys. I'm gonna pour naked grouse in this one and maybe another sherry one.
That would
see how
be
we
great.
do.
We'll do that on
the challenge is late.
Yeah, let's do that.
So
So on the live show
Aberlour,
after we do this, we'll do that.
Oh,
say it.
No, I've already done it twice.
It's your turn.
Casg Annamh.
Annamh. Yeah, right. So anyway, NAS, 48%
That's okay.
ABV.
What did we say it was all around?
It's a
3.
3.0. It's a
3.0,
3.5, 2.5, and
Gotcha.
a 3. So I don't know. I'm actually, before we close it out, I'm actually glad to hear you like this one because honestly, there was an Abenade that you didn't. I mean, those are batched.
Yeah.
And I remember our first one, you really complained about giving you a headache. You're like,
Yeah.
I ain't touching that
We'll
bottle.
see tomorrow.
Yeah, so,
We'll see later today.
but anyway, for now, you're enjoying it. So,
Good ball, guys. Go get it.
All right.
cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Awesome.